From the Gardens Ice House in Laurel, Maryland, we welcome you to the final game of the semester. It's the Maryland Terrapins and the Towson Tigers, about 5.5 minutes left in warm-ups. And after the opening festivities, national anthem, roster introductions, we will get to what we've all been waiting for, the opening face-off. But until then, the rest of warm-ups. Almost time for the opening face-off. I am Matt Fusillo, currently joined by Nathaniel Dishner. I am wearing a Santa hat from Patrick Beganowski, so I need to adjust that real quick. It is the Tigers and the Terps. Your starters for the Terps: Drake, Kravitsky, Newnham, with Teskey and Tomaszewski on defense. Starting between the pipes, one of the storylines for tonight, his final game in a Maryland uniform, Evan Jones. He's graduating this semester, and it's the last Maryland game before winter break. Opening faceoff are underway as it's won back by Jeremy Wilson. A lot of notes for tonight. We'll get to those in a minute. Here the puck is played by Caleb Amadon. Pass across for Braden Humphrey. His shot. Save with the right pad of Jones. Humphrey goes off the boards. Kravitsky, now Teskey. This is Humphrey. His pass ahead, nobody was there, and it's going to be an icing on the Tigers. Well, your starters for Towson, it was Amadon, Humphrey, Mercier, Sam Miner, Ryan Conaway, with Sean Knudsen in net. Face off to the left of Knudsen. Beganowski tries to get at it. Maryland's second line on the ice, with Sean Amon and Jack Fabiani on defense. Glad you could join us here on the Maryland Hockey Network for the final game of the calendar year. After tonight, we'll be shut down for a while up until the last weekend of January. As this is Duchesne along the red line. He'll pass it up for Fabiani. Here's Sam Rudnick. Now a pass ahead for Ritter. Kyle Abosh, pressured by David Kish. Kish slides into the corner. And now the puck is taken. That's Blake Warner. Maryland's third line getting some work. Chase Wilson, the center, for Warner and Abosh. Now it's Warner down low. He gets bumped into by Humphrey. Here's Serra. Serra on the third pairing with Sandell. The two freshmen getting a lot of minutes together. For the Tigers, it's Gonzalez. Abosh flicks it behind the net. Wilson delivers a check. Warner tries to step in. Now this is Blake. Blake Warner loses the puck. Now it's taken by Humphrey again. Tigers try to get it out, and they do. It's gloved by Sandell, but it comes into the Towson zone again. They'll play it off the glass. Sandell was there, but it gets by him. Luke Mohan is there for safety. 2.5 minutes into the game, still 0-0. Here's moving in on Jones, and a great save. Oh, that was Mercier. He was in all by himself, and Jones made the save. This is going to be an icing on the Terps. Evan Jones with an early test there, and he keeps it scoreless. And speaking of Evan Jones, Henry Peltier is still injured. He suffered that injury, back injury, against Penn State last weekend. He is wearing a suit on the bench, so he's not going to come into the game at all. He's not even playing backup. And playing backup tonight, a man by the name of James Body. Body's been out with a torn ACL. He was cleared to play this weekend, but he'll be back in the lineup officially next semester, along with the man standing next to me, Nathaniel Dishner. Jones is going to cover this with the glove. We'll have another face-off. Maryland's first line stays out there for the defensive zone draw. It's Kravitsky. He's taking it against Wilson. Puck is kicked and kept in by Conaway, but now this is Newnham. Newnham moves in on Knudsen, but he's denied. There's a shot from the blue line by Tomaszewski, and it looks like Newnham's stick is broken. He'll go to the bench. For the Tigers, this is Wilson again. There's a shot. That was Mercier. Couldn't get through. Now it's Teske. Plays it ahead for the captain, Beganowski. The official waves onside, but now this is taken by Humphrey. Pressured by Drake behind the net. Newnham's stick still on the ice. Tapped aside by one of the Tigers. Denying the entry was Tomaszewski. He nurses it for his partner on defense, Teske, and now back to Chevy again. Weaving through the Towson defenders, but we have a whistle here. And it's going to be an offside on the Terps. So we'll take it back to the neutral zone. Well, Towson is a D1 team. They play in the Eastern Collegiate Hockey Association. 8-team conference. It's George Mason, Lehigh, Temple, Towson, the Naval Academy, Villanova, Westchester, and William Patterson. So all those teams in the New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Maryland region, with the exception of George Mason, as there's a shot, tried getting it through. Duchesne is able to keep it in. Now Beganowski. Here's Healy down low. Healy still with the puck. Gets it down for Amon. He fans on the shot. Nice job by Fabiani along the red line. He plays it with the glove. Now it's Amon again. We'll get to more on Towson in a minute, as Jones will cover this for the whistle. Maryland played Towson once last year. That was in the first round of the Crab Pot at the Brigade Sports Complex in Annapolis. And Maryland took that game 9-2. Max Newnham scored 4 goals. And speaking of Newnham, he's currently sitting at 95 career points in just a Maryland uniform. So there is a chance that he reaches the 100 plateau tonight after his performance last year against the Tigers. 2 seasons ago, Maryland beat them 5-3. That was at Ice World up north, December 3rd, 2021. And for Towson, they've had a really rough go of it. They are winless, sitting at 0-15 in the year so far. So they're still looking for their first win. And Maryland's going to look to go into the break 500. They're currently 10-11, and even just a win before the holidays will be big, as Jones will cover this one. Towson playing teams like George Mason twice, Mercyhurst, William Patterson, Temple. They played Rutgers twice, Kent State twice, Villanova twice, William Patterson again, and then Westchester twice. They lost all of them. Fair share of home and away games. Most of them have been away. Had a home and home last weekend with Westchester. Their last game was on Saturday night, where the Tigers lost 14-4. Maryland lost to Penn State 5-0 last Saturday, but on Friday, the night before, massive win. They took it 5-4. Max Newnham had the hat trick. Newnham actually had a hat trick on Friday and then played goalie for the third period on Saturday due to Peltier's injury. That puck will hit the netting, so we'll have another stoppage. I'd like to know how many hockey players in any league have scored a hat trick and played goalie in the same weekend. Probably not too many. Neutral zone draw here as the puck was hit out of play in the neutral zone. So it's going to be Kravitsky taking the face-off for the Terps against David Kish. About 6.5 minutes in. Puck goes off the back of the net. There's a shot by Newnham and a save by Knudsen. He didn't know where it was at first, but he gets the stoppage. Well, Newnham, he's got 25 goals in 18 games so far this year. Just when you thought last year couldn't get any more impressive, he's on pace to shatter the goals record that he broke last year. That's going to be offside. Tomaszewski's glove, he caught that below the blue line and brought it back in, but yeah, Newnham broke the school record for the most goals in a single season last year, and he is on pace to obliterate that record again this year. And I believe it's the same with points. Whether he gets to 100 points tonight or not, he should be the fastest player in school history to reach 100 points. So that's another milestone for Maurice. A lot of notes for tonight, mostly around Newnham and Jones. Playing the puck now is Mercier, the Towson captain. Played against the Terps last season, 2 seasons ago. Really an anchor for this Tiger team. There's a shot. Pulling the trigger wide was Amadon. And it goes all the way down to the Towson end. 7 minutes in. That's Amadon. Goes off his stick, so there won't be icing. Healy playing the puck behind Jones. He gives it to Tomaszewski. Here's Teske. Terps are onside. Pass for Beganowski. This will go down the ice, but Eamon is there to collect. Now Healy. Nice move with the stick. Over the logo at center ice. Brings it into the offensive zone all by himself. He's hounded there by Humphrey. Now driving toward the net. There's a shot by Eamon. It was blocked. Fabiani a drive, and that one whistles high. And we have a whistle. It's going to be a high stick. And is this going to be a penalty? High sticking is the call. It's going to be Travis Duchesne who will sit for 2. First penalty of the night at the 12:11 mark. So the Towson power play will get set up. Travis Duchesne has a few words from the penalty box. Heard him from up here. So Wilson will take the draw for the Tigers. Minor's out there, so is Amadon, as well as Humphrey and Mercier. That makes your top power play unit for the Tigers. Maryland penalty kill. It's Healy, Newnham, Teske, and Tomaszewski. Tomaszewski is able to get it clear. Nice to have the entire Maryland coaching staff back on the bench. Matt Williamson in the house. Adam Childs in the house. And our honorary coach, Henry Peltier, also on the bench. 1:19 left on the Towson man advantage. They were offside there. So the faceoff will be right in front of Peltier. Teskey for Tomaszewski, and he gets another clear. Here's Healy, short-handed. He's got Newnham, and that pass was too far out of reach. Would have been a great opportunity as Newnham was driving toward the net. Healy still does a nice job eating up time, under a minute to go for the power play. There's a shot, I believe it was blocked by Ritter. Now Teskey keeping the puck in. There's a shot by Wilson, and it's deflected out of play. 41 seconds. Maryland will change the personnel, and so will the Tigers. Maryland's second penalty kill. Mohan, Facciano, Sandell, and Serra. That was Mohan on the draw there, but now it's controlled by Owenby. At the blue line, it's Ritter. His shot couldn't get through. Jones makes the save, and the second attempt goes wide. This is Kish. Gets past Mohan. Right along the goal line, pass down. Back for Ritter, a shot. It's redirected by a teammate that was chased on, and it goes out of play. "17 seconds for Duchesne in the box. Towson will get another change. It's still Mohan out there. Sandell, Serra, and Facciano. Wilson takes the face-off again for the Tigers. We get set, and the puck is dropped. Towson wins this one. There's a shot from the blue line. That one wouldn't go. It was Mercier shooting. Another attempt trickled right past the line. Now Wilson. Duchesne ready to get out of the box. He's got both legs over the boards, and he comes out. Wilson shooting. Jones makes a save, and Maryland has killed it off. We're back to full strength. Duchesne back to the bench, and the third line is out for the Terps. These are Wilson and Wilson going against each other. Battle of the Wilsons. Warner plays the puck for Fabiani. Loose puck. Jones was able to make the save. Now down to the blue line. It's Humphrey. Takes his time. Now he shoots. It hits someone. Now Warner gets it out into the neutral zone. Humphrey, pass across for Rudnick. Now it's Mercier. Tigers control. This is Sean Amon. Fabiani for Warner. Trying to get past Rudnick. He's denied. Warner using his size to get past Rudnick and shove him to the ice. Wilson. And now Tomaszewski back for Teskey. Well, we're 11 minutes in. Still no score. Kravitsky for the Terps. Now Teskey down low. He was looking for Newnham. But picking off that pass was Levitt. Michael Levitt, number 23. Back the other way by Drake. Tomaszewski plays the puck for Drake. The lethal Maryland top line. Newnham tries to take it away. Pressured now. Drake steps in. Kravitsky keeps it into the zone. Down low for Newnham. He gets checked. Tigers get it out. We'll see if this will be icing. And it will be. Nice hustle by Teskey. We'll bring it back the other way with 8:09 left in the first. Riding solo here on the Maryland Hockey Network tonight. No Andrew Britch or Benji Ferraro. We have our photographer, Rob Raymer, up here doing some shots from the broadcast booth. Conaway with the puck. And now Sheelar. This is Sandell at the blue line. He shoots, blocker save by Knudsen. Buchanowski goes down. Now Healy tries getting it to the center. That's Nathan Johnson. Duchesne, now Healy. Sandell can't keep it in. Sarah's there to collect. Sandell playing the puck for Healy. Tigers are able to turn it over. Puck goes off the stick of Jones. Now another attempt, and he'll cover it. That was Mercier shooting. Maryland has the third line back out there. Wilson and Wilson on another face-off. It's Wilson that wins it. I'm gonna dedicate this this stream. It's gonna be called Late Night with Matt Fusillo. No other broadcasters here, so gonna have to come up with as many stories and jokes as I can. Haven't been any road trips lately though, so the humor element might be lacking a little bit. It's usually the bus rides where all the jokes happen. Puck goes off the netting. We'll have a face-off. I'm sure it'll be in the offensive zone. 6:30 left on the clock in the first. Still no score. Mohan gets the face-off for Facciano, but not until the Tigers are able to take the puck. This is Amadon. Now Mercier. Behind Jones. Here's Facciano. Mercier looked to get it to Amadon right near the slot, but Mohan had great positioning. And here comes number 17. He's got his line mates, Joyce and Facciano. Mohan again. Rudnick. Here's Kish. Now Kravitsky for Facciano. His pass goes around the boards. Knudsen tried to get to it. Teskey applies the pressure, delivers a check. Now down for Ritter. This is Levitt. Pass for Owenby. Levitt is there, but that pass goes right in between his stick and his skates. Now Teskey, he'll whack that to safety. Tomaszewski's there. Looking for Newnham. Here's Newnham in alone. Save, rebound, another save. Newnham wants a penalty shot. There is a penalty on the play. It's going to be a slash. So regardless, it will be a Terps power play. Great look for Newnham there. He shot the initial one. Knudsen made the save, and then the second attempt after getting his own rebound, I believe it was another save. Close to the post. Got the puck on his forehand. Here's Mercier shorthanded, denied by Tomaszewski. It's the top unit for the Terps. Here's Drake on the left side. Healy tried getting it for Newnham, and the Tigers are able to get it clear. So first power play of the night for the Terps. Tigers get a quick change. Here's Drake for Tomaszewski. Tomaszewski buys time. Newnham's in. This is Healy. Bad pass by Healy. Taken by the Tigers. It's Wilson. Sarah. Now Newnham. It's a 3-on-3. Thought about dropping it for Healy. Now Newnham again. Knudsen stops it real quick. Kept in by Sarah. He shoots. Couldn't get through. Now Newnham shooting again. And it goes off Warner and stays out. Oh, Newnham had the wide open net, but Warner was along the goal line. And the puck hit him. Now back the other way. It's Amadon shorthanded. Healy with the pickpocket. Newnham at the red line. 20 seconds on the Maryland power play. Here's Drake. You have to imagine he'll go to the bench. Now he does. This is Warner. Lifts it for Duchesne. 2 seconds, and that'll do it for the man advantage. So both teams kill off each other's penalties. Duchesne. Bieganowski. 2.5 minutes left in the first. Sandell. Bieganowski lost his stick. Now he's able to recover. Humphrey, and now Ritter. That's Johnson, number 15. Bieganowski with it. Bieganowski shooting, and that one goes wide. Fabiani collects. Pass for Warner in the corner. He and Rudnick collide. Now centering feed for Duchesne. They swipe at it. Fabiani was there. Now Amon keeps it in. His shot flicks up against the glass. Duchesne pass back behind. This is Rudnick again. Facciano for Fabiani. Here comes Mercier. In on Jones, pass across, and they couldn't pull the trigger. It's Mercier again. He shoots, that's blocked by Fabiani. Terps get it out. Here's Joyce, off to the races, trying to gain speed. Saved by Knudsen. Great hustle by Joyce. Down to the last minute of the opening period. Wilson, now Amadon, saved by Jones, rebound. Facciano with it. A lot of back and forth hockey the last couple minutes. This is Ritter. Pass for Owenby. Back to Ritter again. Conaway looks ahead, but Tomaszewski was there. Here's Teske to the last 30 seconds. Looking to break the ice, his shot. And it's covered by Knudsen. Face-off will be to the left of Knudsen. They're going to put Healy onto the ice. I assume it's for face-off purposes. So Kravitsky will go to the bench. Healy, a machine on the face-offs. So they have Noonan behind Healy and to the right. And now a Towson player is skating off the ice. Too many men on the ice call. So they're going to have someone serve. So Maryland man advantage. 15 seconds left. This is Levitt down to the last three. Tomaszewski eats up the clock, and that will do it for the first period. No score after one. Not too much action here in the first. But we wait for somebody to break the ice. We'll step aside here on the Maryland Hockey Network. And after the break, second period coming up. Just about time to start the second period. Thanks for joining us here on the Maryland Hockey Network. Healy and Wilson on the faceoff. It's Healy who wins this one, and we're underway. Just heard from Dishy that Newnham is using Tomaszewski's stick since he broke all of his sticks. We'll see if that affects his shot. I think he's still going to be ripping it. That would be my guess. This is Tomaszewski. Looking behind him was Knudsen, and the puck goes in. It'll be Tomaszewski's goal, and Maryland breaks the ice. 32 seconds in. Well, a little bit of an unorthodox way for the first goal to go in. Might be able to hear the Maryland fight song on the speakers. Great touch by our PA guy, Brandon Appleton. Tomaszewski with a nice block there. So he scores and then makes a play on the other end of the ice right after. Wilson around the boards. Now it's Owenby. Here's Teske. Trying to glove it was Abosh. Now Teske playing the puck for Warner. Blake Warner for Tomaszewski. Well, that was Daniel Tomaszewski's 10th goal of the season, his 21st point. He's played in every game so far. It was a good look for the Tigers, but a hustle back on defense and another shot saved by Jones. There's a centering feed. Towson still on it. That was Gonzalez. A penalty is coming up. It's going to be on the Tigers. Humphrey touches up, and we have some extracurricular activity. Who else but Blake Warner? And we're gonna send a guy from both sides. It was Gonzalez who initially was going to the box, but then Newnham delivered the check. So it's going to be hooking on Gonzalez. And no call on the Warner penalty. You'd have to imagine it's roughing or interference. I think there's a few penalties that can fit the bill for that play. It's going to be a cross check. And now another Towson player is going off. Gonzalez for a hooking and Warner for cross check. We know that. So Maryland will have a power play after all. It's going to take a while to write all that down. So it will be a 5-on-4, a little bit of a delay as we wait for the clock. Now we're set. Maryland has their top power play unit on the ice. This is Healy. Down for Teskey. Another opportunity to cash in for the Terps. Down low is Healy. Now it's Newnham. Healy tries going for the Michigan. Now Drake a shot off the side of the net. And we have a stoppage. Net is off. Referee fixes it. Tucker Healy trying to get fancy with it. A swarm off the face-off. Healy down for Teskey. Newnham on the right side. He goes to Drake on the left. Teskey shoots, and that one goes just high. Now Drake thinks about shooting. Pass across, looking for Newnham. Here's Max, who controls. Surveys. Down low for Tomaszewski. He brings it back. Swap spots with Newnham. There's a shot. It hits someone, goes wide. No, Newnham tries going for the Michigan. It's gloved by Teskey, kept in. Now Healy. Healy again. This is Newnham. Tomaszewski at the doorstep. Knudsen, and it still stays loose, and we have a whistle. This might be a good time to add that we have a very special guest joining us. He wears number 30 on the ice. Henry Peltier, ladies and gentlemen.
How's it going, everybody?
How are you doing?
You know, living the dream, another day in the ACHA. For everyone that's worried, everyone that's concerned, it's fine. I just threw my back out the second game against Penn State. I will be back next semester. I'm just taking advantage of the full break.
Need the People's goalie back in the lineup soon. Evan Jones, Henry's, what is it, tandem mate? What do you call it?
Goalie partner.
Goalie partner. Playing in his last game of his Maryland career. He's graduating this semester.
And a good one at that. Had a great first period.
23 seconds left on the Maryland power play. This is Amidon. Kravitsky takes it back the other way. See if the Terps can get something started. There's a shot by Duchesne. Save with the right pad of Knudsen. Jones taps his stick. That'll do it. And we're back to full strength. Gonzalez out of the box. Now Serra. He looks for Duchesne. Duchesne will circle. Gonzalez, now Beganowski again out of the zone. Playing the puck at the red line was Ritter. How do you think this game has been so far from a player perspective?
I think thus far the Terps have been playing well. Towson's been playing well. Big shout out to Evan Jones for making a few big stops in the first period. I think right now the Terps just got to capitalize on their chances. Definitely got a lot of rebounds coming out from the Towson goalie. That being said, I think there's definitely some things the Terps want to improve. We got to be better at breaking out of our own zone and setting pressure in the offensive zone. But all that being said, I think right now we're just trying to set a good tone going into winter break and just want to have fun and enjoy the break.
We have a whistle here.
Looks like Mohan's going to the box for high sticking.
Mohan laughs a little bit as he goes off.
Looks like one of the Towson players, number 2, thought he was going off for the penalty as well. He was not.
Caleb Amidon. So Towson with another man advantage. Amidon with Conaway. It's going to be Wilson on the faceoff, and then Humphrey and Mercier at the blue line. Healy tries to break out. Puck was played with the high stick, so Newnham has to trail back. Tigers look to get things set up. This is Mercier, the Towson captain. He's onside. That puck is redirected. It bumps off the glass, and the Terps are able to get it clear. What do you think the important message is for the guys during the winter break? Just get ready for the upcoming semester.
I think the important thing is just to rest up and relax. Enjoy some alone time, enjoy some time with families. I know we got some guys like Tucker from Connecticut, Mohan from Pennsylvania. We definitely got a lot of guys that are coming from pretty far out, haven't seen their families in a while. So I definitely want to say that, big message going into this break is to rest up and recover. Enjoy time with family, and honestly, as much as we love each other, we treat each other like brothers and enjoy some time apart from each other. We do see each other 4 times a week usually, so it's definitely one of the better things to take a quick little break before the home stretch of the season here.
I think the thing that doesn't get talked about enough is you guys, it's a grind. You're still students, and your education is the top priority, and then you have hockey, you practices twice a week, games usually twice a week. So
absolutely. One of the things that, ACHA hockey, club hockey is still college hockey. If it's one of the things I'd like to hopefully send out to all the younger people out there. Oh, hold up here.
This is a 3-on-1. Mercier shooting, and he scores! No, that was Kish, excuse me. David Kish ties the game at 1. And it's a power play goal for the Tigers.
Tough puck to stop there for Evan Jones off a 3-on-1. Not really much you can do there. Definitely don't know what Alex Sandell is supposed to do either. Just a tough call on a power play, and Terps let up a quick one there.
See a comment from the Newnham family. Nick and Owen. I think Nick was happy to see Max in net last week.
Oh, absolutely. I know the entire women's team decided to show up for the game last weekend. It was one of their last games of the semester, and I know they thoroughly enjoyed seeing Max out there playing goalie. I know that was, although I was in much pain in the locker room, I was able to catch a little glimpse of what Max looked like in goalie gear, and might I say, he looks just as good as me in my gear.
He played well, didn't he?
He did. He stopped, what was it, 12 for 13?
I don't know how many saves. I know he gave up 1.
Mm-hmm.
His save percentage was, it was above 910, I think, according to him.
Yeah, maybe. Either way, it was fun to see him out there in the goalie gear, and I'm glad to see that at least one of my teammates was willing to help me out with some support on that one. So,
what are your thoughts on James Body dressing tonight as goalie?
He's wearing my gear. Love James to death. It's interesting to see him in warm-ups. I certainly don't think he'll be playing as goalie anytime soon, but it's nice to see that the team is kind of rallying around it and having some fun with it, because that's really all that we're about here. Terps hockey, having fun, winning games, and it's good to see.
We got to give you a stipend or something. All these guys are using your stuff.
Funny enough, I just talked to Trevor about that today. No, but I'm happy to do it. Definitely important that we have 2 goalies on the bench, or 1 goalie on the bench. Can never be too safe, knock on wood. So, again, that being said, James does look good in my gear. That might be more, talking about my gear than James himself, but.
And he is wearing the 30 jersey, too.
He is. Not many other jerseys will fit him, so.
Team should give you a stipend and some laundry service. All these guys wearing your jersey.
Well, the University of Maryland does actually provide a laundry service for our jerseys.
Oh, do they really?
Yes.
I did not know that.
So because they're team owned, if if we bring them in a garbage bag to the university, they'll have them washed overnight and be good as new.
That's good. University showing some support in some capacity.
Yeah. Hey, that being said, the university does do a lot for us. These past 2 road trips we've had,
Right.
Maryland buses, which have been awesome.
Yeah, those have been nice.
I think they're coming around more to the idea of ice hockey being a sport that is actually popular in Maryland. I know we've definitely had some conversations about needing to expand, more players joining the program. And I think that they're becoming more and more receptive to that idea.
There's another goal for the Tigers, and they take the lead. Puck was right in front of Jones. There was nothing he could do on that one. It was Caleb Amadon, and he makes it 2-1.
Is that his second of the game?
No, the first one was Kish, number 9. So unanswered in about 2.5 minutes for the Tigers. As we were saying before, I feel like hockey and college hockey, I feel like it's on the rise, and especially in this area as well. This is Duchesne. He shoots, and a great save by Knudsen. It goes out of play. And Duchesne's unhappy about that one. I think he's going to want that one back.
Oh, absolutely. And talking to some of my old junior teammates that are on Towson, definitely something that they've been talking about was just their struggles this season, and how this was a big game for them. They're hoping to use this last game of this semester as a bit of a turnaround point for them. So right now they got pretty youngish core, looking to make a good impression on the ACHA, and thus far this season they failed to do that. So they're hoping to turn around this year, so the Terps can't take them lightly.
Have another whistle here. And it's the net that came off. I'm sure you have a lot of experience with that.
Sometimes it's an accident, sometimes you call it good goaltending. Let's put it like...
Oh, I didn't mean it like that. You ever just adjust it in the middle of the play?
Oh, yeah.
You just let it keep going? Yeah.
Oh, all the time. One of the things that, starts building a rapport with referees is when you actually take the time to fix the net if it's not that far off.
What happened last week when you said the door was open? The corner?
Oh, yeah. We were about, a minute left in the period, and the Zam door opened on my side of the ice. There was a face-off on the other end. So I called for them to stop the play because, it's clearly not good if the Zam comes rushing out in the middle of a play. Seemed like everyone was a little confused, to say the least, but nonetheless, set the record straight a little bit on that. There's Abosh. Woo!
Some of the Penn State fans were chirping you.
That's fine.
I don't know why. I feel like it's a little safety thing, but
it's okay. They go to Penn State. They go to a school in the middle of nowhere. It's okay.
It's very true. That win against Penn State on Friday was huge.
Oh, absolutely. Team played great. There's not much more to say about that. It's nice to have some goal-scoring support. Shout out to Newnham and Blake for connecting on one of the greatest goals I've ever seen. But I think that at the end of the day, we just got to get more consistent playing. Got to get more consistent from back-to-back games.
We have a trip. It's on Wilson. So another Maryland penalty with 9:03 on the clock. Over under 9.5 sticks broken this year for Max is the question.
Got to take the over on that one. I mean, he's already gone through one stick this game. He already tried out another stick because he doesn't have an extra one on the bench. Tried out one, and then mid-PK decided he was going to try out another stick. So, good for him. But I'm going to have to take the over on that one.
Does he break any in practice?
Huh?
Does he ever break any in practice?
Not really.
We have some shoving, and Jones is just sitting in the net, shoving right in front of him. And looks like we'll have some people going off. It's going to be, are they going to send Mercier? We'll see. Yeah, so Mercier is going off. And Teskey is on his way.
Looks like there might be coincidentals here.
So the penalties are starting to rack up. Puck stayed out, so it's still 2-1.
Great save from Jones there. Willing to take the hit to make the save.
.8:44 on the clock.
Towson has 5 players out. Maryland still has 4. So had to imagine it's coincidental minors. Looks like number 8. Mercier is going off for slashing. And Teskey is going off for roughing. Coincidental minors still 5-on-4.
There's a drive whistled wide. That was Jeremy Wilson. Amon tries to get it clear, and he does. So 8:30 left in the second. Minute and a half for Towson on the man advantage. There's a shot that's blocked by Tomaszewski. Trying to get the clear, but it's kept in. That was Ritter. Tomaszewski was able to get it out, but not all the way down. Jishy was saying that Coach Adam played goalie during practice.
Oh, yeah. Well, like I said, I've been taking the week off to rest a little bit, make sure the back's all healthy. And we had Coach Adam playing goalie. We also had one of the D3 goalies, Wesley Conrad, I believe, come out playing goalie for us. And then on Wednesday, Hunter Airy, shout out, actually ended up playing goalie in a competition practice.
Wow.
So
There you go.
God bless his soul for biting the bullet on that one. I definitely was not going to do that, but I think it's definitely something. Again, it's cool to see that the entire team is kind of rallying around it and trying to make this last game a good one.
Is Hunter here? I think his brother is here.
I saw Josh.
Yeah, he is here, says Dishy. I heard his girlfriend, too. So you always hear her yelling.
Oh, yeah.
I remember last year.
Nikki's our number 1 fan.
Yeah. So Facciano on the draw, going up against Johnson. 20 seconds for the Tigers to work with. 7:20 left in the period. Applying the pressure was Joyce. Now it's Owenby. Here's Sarah. Wilson out of the box. We're back to full strength. Pass down low. It's Johnson. He was looking for Gonzalez. Now it's Sarah. Ducking was Joyce. Puck goes down. And the icing is waved off. Facciano's there. So is Kravitsky. Fresh onto the ice.
Too many men on the ice, Tigers.
It's another one.
Second time today.
So they're going to have to send someone to the box. Maryland will get their power play set up. Top unit is on the ice.
Terrapins really need one here.
They
Build
have,
some momentum going into the third.
they have Sam Miner going off. So Healy gets the face-off back for Newnham. Taking the puck back the other way is Mercier. He's in all alone on Jones, and he scores! Tyler Mercier with his second goal of the game, and he makes it 3-1 Towson. We have Henry trying to do the score. I'm teaching him how to do the buttons.
Hey, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. This degree's got to teach me something.
Do you have any plans for after college yet?
Yeah, I actually have a job after college already set up. Excited for it. Going to be going into structural steel, which is definitely a fun time. I'm excited to travel. I'm excited to figure out what I want to do. Extremely grateful, University of Maryland. Extremely grateful to Terps hockey for all the things that they have taught me, both in class and on the ice and off the ice. So big shout out to everyone involved with my college career. Big shout out to my parents too. Woohoo.
Have another stoppage here. Have you been to the Idea Factory?
Of course I have. Of course I have.
Very nice building.
Oh, of course it is. The Idea Factory, the new Clark Engineering Building, the Leidos Lab. Big shout out. Working on a lot of final projects right now. If you're interested right now and you're watching, going to the School of Engineering at Maryland, definitely highly recommend it. Someone who's been through it. It's definitely a lot of hard work, but yeah.
There's Sandell. And Maryland with another goal. It's 3-2 Towson. And it comes on the power play. Second goal of the season for Alex Sandell. It comes with 5:24 left in the second.
Much needed goal for Maryland on that one. Sandell's been waiting for one all game and finally got one. Very skilled freshman. Kind of reminds me of Tyler McAvoy. Still got some room to grow into his shoes, but definitely already kind of at the offensive skill level that McAvoy was at. And once he figures a few things out, he'll definitely be one of the best defensemen in our league.
This is Duchesne. Pass for Healy. Terps looking to tie it up before the break. Sandell's partner, Sarah, plays the puck around. Healy on the other side. Terps are able to keep it in. Under 5 minutes to go in the second period.
Oh.
So will we start to see a little bit of momentum shift? We'll find out. Sandell goes to the bench and gets some taps on the helmet from teammates. How big of an adjustment do you think that is, a freshman joining the college hockey setting?
Oh, it's a huge adjustment. I mean, you're going from playing high schoolers, right? Sandell is going as the oldest in his, league, probably 17, 18 maximum. Now he's going playing against guys like me who are 23 years old. The goalie for UNC is what, 30? Something like that?
Yeah, around there. I think there's Healy, and Nudson's able to cover. Yeah, Joel Hughes. Is he 40? I don't know. Somewhere around there.
I don't know if he's quite 40, but big shout out to him.
He's awesome.
He's awesome. Great dude. But I think it's a huge adjustment. I mean, you got guys like Brian Teskey, who have had 2 years of juniors to really kind of 1 year, 2 years of juniors to grow into what kind of hockey player they're going to be. Same thing with Max Noonan, who I think is 24. One of the Noonans can correct me in that one.
We have his date of birth here somewhere. 99.
99. All right, 24.
May 29th.
Yep, 24. I think. Yeah, probably. But, I mean, it's a huge difference, right? I mean, Sandell's only 19 or 18. And, it's got to be a huge adjustment, right? Playing with kids who are, kind of maybe hit their growth spurt, not really kind of hit their growth spurt, but with, full-grown young men. You see what Noonan is capable of out on the ice, and, without having that kind of time to mature in juniors, without Big 24 for Max. Love it.
They said a minimum 24.
Nah, what are we kidding? He's like 65. He's the old man on the team. But
now that Piper Holman is gone.
Oh, that's true. Well, Piper Holman was the granddad, so. And Newnham's now the dad. That being said, it's definitely, huge shout out to all the new guys coming in this year. Even for the sophomores coming in, the true sophomores. 19 years old can't be easy to come into a league with some grown men who have, kind of grown into their bodies. So, ooh, big shove there from Max Newnham.
Speaking of Max. One of the Tigers has their helmet off.
Now, he should be going to the box for that.
Teskey gets pulled away, but doesn't look like anyone's going to the box. Well, going back to what we were just talking about, I know Coach Joe likes to say that the male body changes the most between ages 18 and 22. So there you go.
Well,
big difference between a college freshman and senior.
Yeah, I will absolutely agree with that. And, I'm very thankful for the opportunity that I had in playing 2 years of junior hockey with the Richmond Generals. Unfortunately, they just folded. But really extremely thankful to the entire coaching staff there, R.C. Lake and Tom Hasenthal. Extremely thankful to the USPHL in general for giving me the opportunity to grow into who I was, being the best goalie that I can be. Gave me the real opportunity to mature as a man, and really kind of really happy about it.
Brian raising his PIM count. That is right. Yeah, he is in the box. And so is the Tiger. Can't make out what their number is, but they have 29 seconds on the board for a Towson call still. Nothing else, so it remains 5-on-4. .3:15 left in the second. This is Sandell. Now Mercier, who's got a goal tonight. Now Warner. Now Beganowski, his shot. And Knudsen makes the save. He was looking kind of behind him. And behind Knudsen, a Tiger's down. Very slow to get up.
I tell you what, Warner, one of the more underrated players on our team thus far. Might not have all the goals in the world, but definitely a big, strong player. Again, still has some kinks to work out in his game, but nonetheless, very happy to have him on the team. He's got a great shot when he gets it on net, and if given the right opportunity, if he puts the work in, he's got it. That's for sure. Both him and Catherine, who plays on the women's ACHA D2 team, very good hockey players. Big shout out to the entire Warner family. They have some good hockey players in that family, I tell you what.
Blake, biggest guy in the team. One of the bigger guys in the league, I'm sure.
Oh, for
6'5".
sure. Part of that good old-fashioned salsa line.
Yep. We say salsa line on the broadcast a lot, but I will never say what it means.
Oh, neither will I. It's okay.
During the Rowan game, we had them guessing. Couldn't figure. I don't think anybody will ever figure it out. It's a Travis Duchesne special, right?
Towson almost taking another too many men on the ice call there.
Remember last year when you put on the headset at Stevenson and then there was that bad play and you just threw down the headset and started yelling? I remember that.
Yeah, well that
was terrible.
Well, the puck never went in the net.
Yeah.
And so I felt like I had to yell at our coaches to do something.
We had the perfect view.
Yes. You could see it perfectly on the broadcast.
You could easily tell that it was not in. And we had a blurry feed that day. We could still tell.
Oh, yeah. I believe we sent that in to the league. I could be wrong, but.
Spencer Duchesne with a comment. He knows what salsa means. So there's one person in the chat that knows. Nick, you're always welcome to stop by the broadcast. And Max, yeah, he might need might need an emergency stick.
Oh, Nick, if you want to come for the third period, I will gladly hand you the headset. Somebody's got to be the best scratch in the league, and I'm the only one that can do it, so. Oh, what?
They're going to call a trip. It was a great look for Newnham, but now they're going to send him off.
Oh. Newnham's also going to get a misconduct here. Or an unsportsmanlike. I believe. If what the ref was gesturing was true. And there goes Keski to the box.
It's been the Newnham show this period. He sits. 1:20 on the clock. Towson power play gets started.
Be huge for the Terps to get out of the period here. Maybe even score a shorty. You never know.
Controlling is Conaway. Along the boards. Comes into the neutral zone. Mercier. This is Humphrey. Back for Mercier. For the Tigers, it's Wilson. Trying to get past Teske. Tomaszewski whacks at it. It's the last minute of the second. Duchesne is able to get into the neutral zone. Here's Mercier again. Bieganowski goes off. Healy is on.
30 seconds left in the period.
Puck is cleared by Teske. Duchesne tries taking the puck from Knudsen. Towson's able to get it up. Poked at by Tomaszewski. Under 20 to go. This is Duchesne again. Off the boards right near the Maryland bench. Now Owenby. Tomaszewski with the puck. He steps in. He shoots, and a glove save by Knudsen. The rebound was there, and that'll do it for the second period.
That was a decent second period for the Terps. Again, you just got to be careful. These Tigers are desperate. They need a win. We just got to make sure that we're not the ones to give it to them. I think the Terps definitely got to tighten up their defensive scheme a little bit. Try and score some goals on the power play. And most of all, the Terps have got to stay out of the box. Make sure level heads, keep us all together, and I'm sure we'll come out of this game on top.
Beautiful analysis from the People's goalie. We will step aside here on the Maryland Hockey Network. And coming up after the break, the third period, Henry, thank you very much.
Absolutely.
We'll be back, folks. Time for the third period. It is 3-2 Towson. Towson goals from Amadon, Mercier, and Kish. And for Maryland, Sandell and Tomaszewski. 2 goals from the defensemen. Mercier passed ahead for Wilson. Mentioned this in the first period, but Towson is still winless this year. They're 0-15. Really trying to get their first one here. Just 20 minutes left. Teskey is onside. He shoots. I think Mercier may have gotten a piece of it, but Knudsen made the save regardless. This is Humphrey. Pass by Wilson, couldn't connect. And the other Wilson tried getting it. Pass across from Mercier, and that one goes just over the crossbar. Henry Pelletier is back, folks.
Hello, everybody.
Another go-around. He had so much fun last period, he couldn't resist. Wilson for the Terps. Now it's Kravitsky. Going to get the offense started for the Terps here in the third. Tomaszewski and now Kravitsky in the corner. He'll take it down low. Centering feed. This is Levitt. And now Rudnick. He's over the line. Has Levitt to his right. Trailing behind him was Owenby. That was Rudnick, and Jones will catch it for the whistle. Well, Maryland sitting at 10-11. A win, getting them to 500, entering the break would be big. We have Jason Steinberg here as well. I think he wants a few words. He wants some airtime. After the Chesky comment last year that took the world by storm, I think he has another story.
That's interference.
Buganowski goes down. Referee's arm goes right into the air. It's going to be Kish. So first penalty of the period goes to Towson. Pretty easy call for the referee.
Puck not even near Buganowski. Also, big shout out to cameraman Nathaniel Dishner. You know, he's been sticking with the team, and God love him after he took that brutal hit again in Delaware. Still, apologies, folks. That was a little scary. From one goalie to another.
Tomaszewski knifes the puck in. Played by Ritter. Nice job by Teskey to keep it in. Good chance for Maryland to tie up the game, but not until Mercier clears it. Jones will let it be for Chevy. Pulling it behind the net. He gives it to Drake. Back to Chevy. Maryland's top power play unit. Without Newnham, though, since he's still serving his misconduct. Here's Kravitsky is shooting, and he scores!
What a snipe by Kravitsky.
Matt Kravitsky ties the game, 3-3, and it's a power play goal.
Looks like that shoulder ain't bothering him anymore.
His 4th goal of the year in his 9th game. And just like that, we're all tied up again.
What an absolute heads-up play by Matthew Kravitsky. What a great snipe on his end, and Terps have tied it up.
We speak a lot about Kravitsky on the Maryland Hockey Network, how he's alternate captain, co-president. He started the Montgomery College team before he came to Maryland. He's done a lot.
Helped me out a ton last year as president.
Yeah, it's true. Shout out to Brandon, our PA guy. He's doing a good job with the goal calls. I like it. Gets pretty into it.
Oh, absolutely.
He was rehearsing your name.
Oh, really?
Last week, yeah. He was mad at himself because he kept saying Peltier, Peltier, but then he got it wrong during the introduction. So he's saying tonight. He was like, oh, I'm not happy about that. But he's done a great job. This is Teskey. He was looking for Warner.
Getting a little too fancy with it there. It would have been nice to just get a puck on net and just test this goalie.
Nudson's going to cover this one. I know Warner is sometimes called Spruce because of his size. What is the best nickname that you've heard on this team?
Honestly, that's a tough one. That's got to be a tough one. I mean, Spruce is definitely up there. I mean, Nooner, for obvious reasons. I'm not really too sure. Crevo is a pretty good one. I mean, really, if I got to be honest, Spruce has got to be the best one.
It is
I mean, if we're talking about lines, the dog line, the Mohan, Mohan, Lachlan, and Facciano line, it's got to be one of the best nicknames I've ever had in hockey.
Great fourth line.
Phenomenal. One thing that you really rarely see, at least in higher levels of hockey, is a fourth line that sticks together through the entire season. And they have been the same line since the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Hands down. And one thing that's great to see this year is head coach Joe Carter is really trusting them to take a ton of the minutes off the guys. Great killers, all of them. You'll definitely see them as the second PK unit almost every time. And it's really a great thing to see. I mean, these are all really good young players. Big shout out to Mohan. Turns out I actually gave him a tour 2 years ago, which I did not remember until he told me. But big shout out to the entire Mohan family. His dad's definitely a great Instagram follow. But yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I think the dog line's got to be pretty up there. The salsa line definitely up there.
How many of those did Travis come up with?
Both of them. It's more like this. Travis is definitely one of the more creative players on our team. I'm glad we're happy to have him back. He wasn't there for the first week of the season, but I'm definitely very glad he decided he was going to come back to the team. And, it's paid dividends. He's been a really good producer, scored quite a few goals in really big games. If my memory serves me right, he scored 2 against NC State in the ACC showcase.
Yep.
Got
the player of the game that game.
Yeah.
Crab hat.
Big shout out. I think that there's definitely everyone on this team feels like they're kind of buzzing together. Fabiani, great call up from D3. I think he's definitely proved himself, kind of like Brendan Chen from last year.
Yeah. That's a good comparison.
Some guys that have definitely proved themselves, and they have some time. They have some room that they could grow, but as a good addition to this team, as someone who can help take this team very far, I think that was a very good addition, and definitely a lot of underrated players on the squad. Guys that you definitely don't want to sleep on.
I had a golf class with Fabiani this semester, but I didn't know that he played hockey until after the class was over, since he was on the D3 team to start. I wish I would have known.
I mean, I first few times, I actually ended up driving him to a few games. I drove him to Millersville. Great kid to drive with. Tell you what, he's got great jokes. Definitely one of the guys that, like I said, I'm very happy that he's joined the team. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see a few more D3 additions down the home stretch here. We have some guys that, might be a little banged up. We got some roster spots to fill out. So don't be a little surprised if after the winter break we see some new faces from D3, which is good. It's really important to have a good D3 team. So I think it's very important that we acknowledge that like for example, Kyle Abosh, been a D3 guy the past 2 years at Maryland. Now he's on D2, and I tell you what, may not be the best player on the ice, but I'll tell you what, he's one of the most he's a good glue guy on the team, and I think he definitely is starting to show his stripes. More and more down the stretch, get more playing time. And I think coach is starting to trust him more. And I think the guys are starting to, like him a little more. Value him a little bit more on the ice. So it's good to see.
Abosh on the ice right now, that third line. Terps get it to the neutral zone. It's controlled by Ritter. Jones goes out to play it for Spruce. It is Warner over the red line.
Ooh.
He's got Wilson to his right, makes a little bit of a move, now puts on the brakes.
What
Centering
a great
feed,
pass.
Kravitsky again, now Teskey,
Yeah!
score!
What a great play by Blake Warner.
Brian Teskey puts Maryland on top 4-3.
That's one thing that head coach Joe Carter and the entire coaching staff has really been emphasizing this week at practice, has been possessing the puck. Blake Warner may have not done the most fancy thing on the ice there, but you know what he did do? He possessed the puck, and the Terps get rewarded for it.
That's going to be Warner's 6th point. We were just talking about him earlier. And Teskey's 5th goal. Wasn't sure who was going to get the puck, Kravitsky or Teskey, but it worked out. Puck is too far for Tomaszewski now. So Maryland gets its lead back as Teskey delivers a check. Tomaszewski barely kept in by Humphrey. Rudnick. Now Tomaszewski. Here's a pass for Kravitsky. Moving in on Knudsen. That shot goes wide.
Good step there by Sarah.
Now it's Sandell. First line was on the ice. Newnham still in the box. Warner's back out there, and so is Abosh. Healy tries to keep it in. Good play by Amadon. Ritter off the stick of Warner, and now Sandell punches it back up ahead. Warner tries to glove it. Wilson's there as well. Down below Knudsen is Ritter. Looking for Wilson. That's his Wilson for Towson. Saw the two Wilsons take a face-off against each other a few times tonight. Sandell. Now Mercier looking for another goal. Centering feed for Amadon. Shot from the blue line. Jones is able to seal the 5-hole. Humphrey is tripped. Towson wants a penalty. Nothing will be called.
So it wasn't a trip, Matt.
No. It was Chase Wilson.
Really important here for Maryland not to just park the bus.
And now Sandell is slashed. He looks to be hurt.
Did he get slashed in the throat?
It's a high stick. Yeah, it looked like it hit his throat.
He's definitely feeling that one.
And it is Mercier in the box, so a key player for the Tigers is going to sit for 2. Tomaszewski, Teskey, Drake, Kravitsky, and Healy. Newnham is back on the Maryland bench. Healy tries shooting, but he fanned on it. Humphrey was there as well. Now it's Teskey. Pass across, right off the stick of Healy. Tries to make a move. He would have had an open net to shoot at there. Kravitsky down low. On the other side to Drake. Pass across for Chevy and fanning on it again. Tomaszewski. He's got Teskey down low. At the blue line, that is. Now he shoots. It gets through traffic, and Knudsen makes the save.
Good offensive zone time there for the Terps. Way to set the pressure there, and hope to see that more going forward into power play. One of the problems the Terrapins have had this past season has been untimely turnovers and breakaway chances coming off the power play. So good to see some offensive zone time. Good to see some good sustained pressure.
Tomaszewski controls his pass for Teskey. Just over a minute to work with on the man advantage. This is Tomaszewski again. Back to Drake. They play catch. Drake with the feed for Healy. It's Healy in the corner now. Looking for Drake.
It's a great look.
Nice stick by Ritter. Tomaszewski will play it around. This is Healy below the goal line. He'll take it himself. Teskey. Now Tomaszewski moving in.
Yeah!
Scores! Daniel Tomaszewski. It's the 5-hole, and it's 5-3 Terps. Another power play goal.
Heads up play by Tomaszewski there to know that his best option was to just get rubber on net. A lot of times a lot of players won't shoot that puck. They'll try and force something up the middle. But it was a good shot. Unfortunate for the Terps, it slides right through the 5-hole.
So it's 3 unanswered goals. 3 goals in the third as well. Tomaszewski with his second of the game. He scored his 10th goal of the year. This is going to be a penalty. Is it an elbowing call? And it will be another Maryland power play. So Towson has been a mess this period as Humphrey goes to the box. Sean Amon drew the penalty.
Second power play unit out there now.
Warner, Beganowski, Duchesne, Serra, and Sandell. Beganowski down to the blue line for Serra. Now it's Sandell. He's got a goal already tonight. Sandell controls. He looks. Pass for Beganowski. Now in the bumper for Warner. It pinballs. Now Sandell.
Oh, off the pipe.
Serra taken away. It's Wilson. He'll get it down. Serra with it. Gives it to Duchesne. He weaves past Mercier. So Maryland coming so close to their 6th goal. A shot that went, a shot that went off the post. Sandell, now Beganowski. Sandell still with the puck. He gets it on goal. Knudsen put that into the corner, and that puck will go out of play. If you can have would you play golf?
A little bit. I dabble.
All right, the question is, if you need 3 guys to go golfing with, anyone in the world, who would they be? But one person has to be in the hockey world.
Well, one person has to be in the hockey world, so I got to go with one of my teammates.
Okay.
Hands down. Honestly, I think I'm going to go with Max Noonan. Oh, penalty coming up here for the Tigers.
Another penalty, yep. It'll be a 5-on-3. And just like that, I ran out of space on my score sheet. That happens every once in a while. All right, so you got Max Noonan, you said?
I definitely got Max Noonan. I think he'll be the life of the party, for sure.
Probably, yeah.
I see there are a lot of assumptions here I have to make, so I'm going to go ahead and say, I'm going to go with 3 guys on my team. Just because I think that'll make the whole problem a whole lot easier.
Wow.
I think I got to go with Max Noonan, Patrick Pikanowski, and actually, you know what? Former teammate Liam Eden. Mr. Finland himself, currently lighting up in a Finnish Pro League. But I think he would be a fun person to golf with.
It's a great crew.
Oh, for sure.
Very loyal teammate. Tomaszewski a drive. That one goes wide. Now Drake shoves it in. Another power play goal. 6-3 Terps.
Just in time so that we still have a penalty, or a power play.
Drake's 5th goal of the year. And as you said, they still have 1:27 of power play time. That's 4 straight goals for the Terps.
Mercier having a few words with the official.
All right, your next question. I asked this to Kravitsky, and he had a very reasonable answer. The question is, who is the worst guy on the team to sit next to in the locker room? But before you answer, Kravitsky said the goalies, which makes sense, because you guys have all the equipment.
Yeah.
But now, what would the goalie say?
That's a tough one. That's a real tough question, you know. That's a tough one, because honestly, I was going to say the goalies too.
Yeah.
But I feel like I can't turn on it, my boy Evan, like that. So, you know, I'm going to have to go with I'm definitely going to have to go with Max Noonan. Max, I'm sorry. Max, I love you to death, buddy. But, you know, sometimes you take a little bit of space in the locker room. But, yeah, I know I take more. And I know I'm going to hear about this later. But I'm going to have to say Max.
Are the Noonan brothers still watching? There's Duchesne, and he
off
rings it off the
pipe.
post. Warner with it. Now Beganowski, his shot goes wide. Maryland is buzzing.
Maryland's got to watch it.
Jones will play the puck.
Heads up play by Jones there.
Oh, a giveaway. Here's Wilson in on Jones, and he makes the save.
Big save.
Mohan's there now. Nick, the question was the worst guy to sit next to in the locker room. So the answer was indeed your brother. Here is Humphrey. Got to think of some more questions. That pass was too far out of reach from Mercier. Had a tap in there, but below the goal line by the time it got to him. Here's Facciano. His shot off the mark. Getting it out was Mercier.
Facciano's about to go to the box here. A little bit of extra shove on that play.
Nathan Johnson plays the puck, and Mohan will touch it, and so we have the whistle. And as you said, it's Facciano who will take a seat. So 3:16 left in the third period. Here's a question. What was the most fun game you've had in a Maryland uniform?
That had to be the 1-0 shutout I had against Delaware last year in the Mach playoffs.
Oh, that's a good answer.
I think that's the first ever game I won 1-0. In overtime. Double overtime.
In a Maryland jersey or?
Period.
Wow.
I mean, it's rare to have a goalie battle that good. Huge shout out to Delaware. They've been my nemesis over my years at Maryland.
And the Delaware goalie, Joey Hooper, both of you guys played out of your minds that game.
Absolutely. We had another great matchup early on in the year here at the Mecca of college sports, the Gardens Ice House. In the Logston, when we went to a 4-3 shootout win.
I wasn't there for that one. I wish I was there.
Oh, it was fun, man. You missed out, but I definitely think that was probably a highlight of my college career, and for sure a highlight of my goaltending career. That and a few other wins. Beating UNC last year in the ACC showcase, that was fun. In the shootout again. College is really the only time I've ever had any luck in the shootout. So I think I definitely have to say that my time at Maryland here has been a lot of fun. And, if I had to say one game that really stands out to me, it's that 1-0 shootout, or that 1-0 win.
Yeah.
Double overtime.
This is a question from Owen Newnham. Worst music taste on the team or worst aux?
Ooh. Kyle Labosh for sure. Not a question.
Dishy gives a thumbs up. I think he agrees.
Not even a question. If anybody's ridden in the car with Kyle Labosh, you know.
What type of music is it?
It's tough to describe. It's very tough to describe. Love Kyle to death. Just definitely a very too many men on the ice call for Maryland here. That's a tough one. Even though Kravitsky was off the ice before Biggs touched the puck, but
so Beganowski will serve it with Facciano in the box for another 20 seconds.
Maryland can't rest on the laurels here. It's only a 6-3 game, 3-goal differential. Still got a minute 30 left to go. Crazier things have happened. Maryland's really got to be careful here. Make sure that they actually, play their hearts out. Make sure they finish this last game of the semester strong.
Is this a timeout? Yeah, Towson calling a timeout.
Real question is, why does Body have his stick?
Are they putting him in?
No.
I was going to say.
No, sir. Not happening.
Yeah, they gotta keep Jonesy in his last game.
Oh, absolutely. Well,
He's just stretching.
Body was saying on the bench that standing up is, kind of tiring his quads. So,
6 on 3.
It is 6 on 3. So the goaltender Knudsen is on the bench. Oh, there's a really good question. Down the ice, and it goes off the post.
Who would I not let date my daughter? Oh, and I think you know the answer to that question. Max Noonan, number 1. Prime suspect.
There's a quick response. There's a drive, and blocking it was Amen. Now Noonan with the net empty.
Come on!
Facciano puts the icing on the cake. And it's his first goal in a Maryland uniform. Dominic Facciano, congratulations to him. He makes it 7-3, and he just about seals it in the final game of the calendar year.
I tell you what, the Terrapins had a rough first two periods. They have come out and played as hard as they possibly could in the third, and it's showing results.
Now Sandell. 5 straight goals from the Terps. 45 seconds left in the game. Just looking for the clock to expire at this point. Sandell flicks at it. Shot by Johnson. That one misses. And that one goes off the netting right below the rafters, so we have a stoppage. Thank you very much to Henry for joining us. He's going down to meet the team. And thank you to Nathaniel Dishner for doing camera with us tonight. It's fun having some players up here. It's always a good time. Pels is going to go see the boys right before the buzzer sounds. But this is going to be, even though Towson has really been struggling this year, I think it's still a big win. I mean, Maryland going to go into the break with a 500 record. And even just as the buzzer will sound, that will do it. Players surround Evan Jones. So to close out his Maryland career, Evan Jones with the win, and congratulations to him. We get set for the handshake line. Well, Tomaszewski with the first goal for the Terps. Then it was Sandell. And then in the third, a plethora of goals. Kravitsky, Teske, Tomaszewski again. And then Drake and Facciano. Star of the game, Evan Jones. Congratulations to him. He can officially hang it up, and he does it with a win. And for everyone watching, want to wish you a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, and we hope you all enjoy the holidays, get some rest with family. We know our players will enjoy the nice long break. Also want to thank everyone for joining us throughout this entire semester. It's been a blast so far, and we'll be back for second half of the season. Just a few games left, really. But that'll do it here on the Maryland Hockey Network. For Matt Fusillo, Henry Peltier, Nathaniel Dishner, our entire Maryland hockey crew. We'll see you all in January. So long, folks.